Hello, everyone, and welcome to another Movie City podcast. Before we begin, don't forget to join our Discord server and follow us on all of our social media. I'm Alex.
I'm Alexis.
I'm Sakis.
I'm George.
And I'm John, and today is May the 4th, aka Star Wars Day, and it's also the premiere of the new original Disney Plus series, Star Wars The Bad Batch. And we're going to celebrate this special day by talking a little bit about when we first met the Bad Batch on Star Wars The Clone Wars Season 7, Episode 1 through 4, the Bad Batch arc. The arc contains the episodes The Bad Batch and Distant Echo, On the Wings of Kiradax, and Unfinished Business. The episodes are directed by various directors, but starring D. Bradley Baker and Matt Lanter. So this is kind of a special occasion podcast. So we're not counting it on the season episodes. It's just like a one-time special. And we're probably not gonna do Star Wars again anytime soon. So that's it about that.
That's
No,
right.
no.
No,
I hope we
you think?
do. I hope we do Star Wars like often.
So yeah, I don't know what we're gonna do. So scratch that. So guys, what did you think about the arc this time? You know, it's not a movie.
To start things off, this arc was a safe choice for creators because this arc is based around Clone Force we have never seen before. As we know from these arcs, the clone arcs are always great. Everyone enjoys. And let's not forget that there was a great anticipation for the final season because it was postponed for like 5 years.
Yeah, it was around 6 years. I think it was
6 years,
2014.
exactly 6 years, exactly six
Yeah.
years.
Yeah, so they didn't want to be risky and try a dry dark or something like that.
Yeah, and it was one of the smallest seasons, so you had to, in my opinion, you had to have something interesting in those few episodes, not wasting them on a filler or something. Something important to either develop a character or, and introduce something new, because that's the main point of the Bad Batch arc, introducing those characters, leading to the series.
Since we're talking about season 7, I think I must say that personally I liked the Bad Batch arc, but the arc after that, the one with Ahsoka, like I think what they were trying to do on season 7 is like hit us on nostalgia. Like we see Ahsoka, we see Echo, and then we have the last 4 episodes, which are like one of the best arcs. So yeah,
I it's not my favorite season personally. It's season 5, but season 7. I get what you're saying here as some nostalgia, but although I have some problems with the Bad Batch arc and some even bigger ones with the Ahsoka arc, the how's it called? Like Martez sisters arc? I don't know. You know
Yeah,
the
something like
second
that.
season 7 arc. Although I have a problem with those, I did enjoy them. So, the trick with nostalgia, because you hadn't seen Ahsoka in such a long time. And
yeah, it
because,
hits on
Ahsoka isn't in
nostalgia.
season 6. Ahsoka was missing since season 5. The nostalgia actually worked on me.
Yeah, the nostalgia,
So,
because like in my opinion, that arc is not good. I have to be honest. Like although we have Ahsoka, I think if it wasn't for Ahsoka, this would be one of the worst arcs.
okay, yeah, I can see what you're saying. I think it should have been an episode shorter. There is one episode that is a complete waste of your time, and even rewatching the season. But I enjoyed it because of Ahsoka, and I don't find it so bad as much as some other Star Wars arcs and something some things in Rebels.
Let's not get carried away. We are talking about the Bad Batch
Yeah. Sorry. But just mentioning. Although I must agree with what Alex said before, Siege of Mandalore, one of the best things in the entire Star Wars franchise, not just the Clone Wars.
I think most of us agree with that.
Yeah.
Probably.
It was a masterpiece.
Okay, so about Bad Batch. I think it's the first time, like after a long time, that I enjoy seeing new characters, and also these characters are very like fun favorite characters, I must say. And in my point of view, like from my point of view, it was a really good arc. I enjoyed it a lot. And I think that the how long was it? Like 80 minutes? It was 4 episodes. These
It's like
80,
90 minutes,
80, yeah,
complete of
90
90
minutes or
minutes.
whatever, they were great. They were very enjoyable. And yeah, I think that's why they're making a Bad Batch, like a Bad Batch series now. And because of like how like much we all care about clones. So yeah.
And I think the reason why the arc worked is because it was a whole new concept. It was new clones mutated with special abilities, and working with regular clones was something fresh, something never seen before. And it was interesting following their mission, them on their mission, because they at first they wouldn't be able to communicate and work together, but at the very end they respected and at the end of the day completed their mission with precision.
One thing that I must say I really liked about this arc is how we see Rex develop, and like it's been so long since I watched Clone Wars. I don't exactly remember, but I think it's one of the very few times that we see that clones care about their brothers so much. And especially like the connection between Echo and Rex is so like big. And yeah, I think it's something very nice to see them like reunite, and how much Rex is trying to help him.
So I don't exactly agree with what you said. I think a lot of times we see clones care about their brothers. And I want to give an example that is, relevant to what we're talking about, Echo. Citadel is an amazing arc. I love Citadel. And his death, still, even though I know he's alive, still remains very emotional because of the others' reaction, the squad's reaction, the thing that Rex cares a lot about them. And in this arc, it starts with Rex looking at the old picture that they all had together, and talking about how many clones we've lost along the 4 years of the war. And looking back to all 7 seasons of this amazing show, I realized yes, every time a clone died, I cared because the characters cared. And that is something really special because not every day you see TV shows and movies and franchises, not even in Star Wars, the besides the clones, you don't see normal troopers and actually care about them. Like, let's say the rebels. Besides Rogue One, which like introduced us and stuff, in the original trilogy, do we actually care about random rebels dying as much as we do about the clones? No. That's one
Um,
of the many things that the Clone Wars has achieved, and that's the special that is about the that that army in that Star Wars era. I really like that, and with all the powerful emotions. That you wanted to say something, Alex?
yeah,
Sorry.
I think that you're right. Yeah, I totally feel that, and I think everyone feels the same. But what I meant was that we don't see them like showing their emotions by their actions very often. It was like, yeah, of course, everyone cared when clones died, and that's something that Rebels as a series wasn't able to succeed on.
Yes. Although I like Rebels, yes, that's
Yeah,
true.
it's not the same because like it's a complete different story. But let's not talk about Rebels.
Yeah,
So about Clone
another
Wars again,
conversation.
I think, yeah, I get what you're saying. And every time a clone died, everyone cared and everyone was upset and sad. And but I think it was the one of the very few times that we see clones like acting in a way like of caring about each other, and that's because Echo and Rex are so close to each other.
Yeah, everyone at the squad, they were close.
Yeah,
No,
they were. They
Jesse
were.
and everyone. This is one of the facts that I think makes Order 66 such a tragic event. The fact that they cared so much about each other and so much about, besides the clones, about the Jedi. And this is something, the Rex, Ahsoka, Anakin perspective shows really well. And in here as well. Because, the clones were after Palpatine comes in charge, we know that he just threw them away when he got stormtroopers.
I think we will see why soon.
Yeah,
I
this is
think
something really
that's.
interesting that I want the Bad Batch to explore.
I think that's what Barbatz is going to do. Like, a theory that I have is that because of Bad Batch, Palpatine was forced to do that. Probably Bad Batch did something like, how can I say that? Did a lot of damage to the new Empire.
Yeah, I don't
So
think they
yeah,
have chips. The control chips that
uh,
normal clones have.
as
Inhibitor
it,
chip.
yeah, I think it's since they're different and we know that. I think once in the arc, it's mentioned that they are. How did they say that?
Um, Malfunctioning clones,
Yeah,
errors
they.
to the system. You
Yeah,
know.
so that means that probably they don't have chips. So yeah, I think that's something very
Actually,
interesting.
No,
Because
I
we've
want
seen
to
that
say
it's
something.
hard to remove them on your own. Only Ahsoka
Yeah,
removed it from Rex. So something I really enjoy in the Clone Wars that I wanted to mention is, those little messages that there is at the beginning. It kind of gives you a brief idea of what they're trying to say through that episode and what has thought of as a general message. And something really, the one I really liked is the second one from the second episode, the Distant Echo, where it says that the search for truth begins with belief. And I like that. So, yeah, that's something I personally believe because I believe that you don't have to see with your own eyes something to believe in it. And that's the thing with fate. And I can mention a few examples, but that's not the time because, we're gonna get out of subject. But it's a real nice message, a really nice message. And it's very well shown through Rex, in which he believes that Echo is alive, and he sees the facts. He sees that yes, it was Echo's code, and he tells Anakin that if I'm wrong, I'm gonna take responsibility. But I really believe that my friend is alive. He doesn't have legitimate facts about that. He just believes, he has faith in that, and he hopes
What do
that
you mean
he's
he doesn't
alive.
have? What do you mean he doesn't have facts?
He has the code, but tech
Oh,
says
that's
that it could
fact.
be wrong.
No, that's a fact.
That's a
He knew it.
sign.
No, 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 that's
Tech.
not a sign. He knew it. He knew it from the beginning, but he wanted to be like mentally prepared if like this whole thing was a trap. He knew that most probably he was alive.
I don't think so. I think he believes in that because he has a sign, and a sign is enough for him to believe that
It's
his
not
friend's alive.
it's not just a sign. I think it's more than
But
that.
Tech, which is an expert to that. We've seen that multiple times throughout the 4 episodes, and we're going to see it again at the series. He knows what he's doing. He's an expert, and he
What?
says there is a big possibility that this is wrong, that Echo is not alive, and he
Yeah,
I
of
mean,
chooses
course.
to believe. He chooses to believe that his friend's alive. He has
Mm,
faith.
I
He
disagree with that.
trusts. Okay.
even Anakin didn't believe that he was alive, but he wanted to be there for his friend, and he basically told him that if that wasn't the case, if Echo was dead, then he had to be prepared for the worst.
Yeah. But
He
okay,
wanted to prepare him, but I think, look, when Rex spoke with Echo, I think he was very confident that he was alive. But as I said, he was preparing mentally that he might be dead. He, look, we knew, or basically we thought that he was dead. Okay? It wouldn't be such a big difference for Rex, from my perspective. So I don't think that the separatists would make such a move. It couldn't be a trap. So yeah, that's how I see it.
all right. So, if you don't want to say anything else about that, I wanted to say the quote from the first episode, which is also really, really good, in my opinion. The first quote is embracing others for their differences, for that makes you whole. And I think that here, Star Wars is making an interesting move in touching the subject of not exactly racism, but that that there is a stereotype that because there are malfunctioning clones, that they're not going to do their jobs well. But it appears that because they're different from the others, because they have that not exactly error, but uniqueness, they are the more effective. And that's something really meaningful. That's something really good, and I think that TV shows and movies in general should try to approach those kind of subjects. And I really like that we're seeing something like that in Star Wars. In which case, I can't think of anything else like that
No,
in this. No,
you
besides
can.
99, yes, 99
Yeah,
is
99. But the thing is, we see that clones may some clones may not be like others, but they're still functional. Because don't forget, clones are created by someone, and they're still functional. Even 99, who was like a very exceptional clone, not like others, was functional. And in that case, could you say it's luck? Yeah, most probably, in my opinion. The four members of the Bad Batch were different, but in a way that they were better than others. It's the exact opposite than 99. But 99 at the end becomes a soldier, and he risks his life for like a cause, like helping his brothers. That was his cause. That's what I think. I don't think that
wastes his life.
uh
No, no, no waste. He loses his life, dies.
uh come on, yeah, same thing now.
He doesn't risk his life. He
No,
loses
he
his
he
life.
lost his life at the end.
Yeah.
He died. He risked his life and then he lost. Yeah,
Also, since we mentioned that, Rex also says it. Clone Force 99, wonderful touch.
I don't think it's from that.
Not from that. It's from that. It's from that. Confirmed.
It's from that.
100%. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but that's for us. It's not like it doesn't.
No, it's
It's like
inside
a
the concept
fun.
of Star.
It's like a fun fact thing. Like it's for the
No,
fan base.
it's
It's
not.
not for anyone
The
else.
Bad Batch selected to be called Clone Force 99 to honor
No, they call
malfunction.
themselves the Bad Batch. I don't think they would select to call them
Yes,
99s and then
but Rex says,
99 Force or
and
whatever.
has been confirmed, you can Google it, that they are being called Clone Force 99, for the typical,
Of
for
course,
the,
but I think they did
because of 99.
that because of like, yeah, but okay, yeah.
It's
So,
also within the concept, within the world. But yeah,
so I want.
nice touch. That's what I'm saying. Because 99, amazing character. Love him.
So again, I said that they're trying to hit on nostalgia and they succeed. We see like we even see Cody and Rex together after a while, and we may see
It
them
was
together for a bit, but we see how different they are. But it's again nostalgia because we haven't seen them since a long time working together.
true. At first I thought it was, kind of a waste that you have Cody leaving in like the first episode.
No,
But
no. Again, I think Rex, he might not be like the Bad Bats, but I think he's more special than others. He
of course,
can,
we love
he
Rex.
can, he. Besides that, he can adapt. He can adapt, and Cody couldn't do that. And I think again, that's something that that's a conclusion that I have based on the movies, basically most of the movies. So in Revenge of the Sith, Cody like actually tried to kill
Kill Obi-Wan.
Obi-Wan. Yeah, he's not. He doesn't have emotions in a way.
No, I don't
He
agree with that
was
because
only a soldier, he follows
Yeah,
orders. He
we've
questions.
yeah.
seen Cody
He's
having emotions.
not.
We've seen Cody
Yeah, but
caring for Obi-Wan, but
was it
he
actually
wasn't
his
lacking. He
emotions?
wasn't lacking enough to be able to remove his chip.
But he
Yeah,
didn't. He didn't try to
Rex
stop
didn't
himself.
also
Rex, you see Rex when he's
Cody,
trying
Yeah,
to kill
resist the
Ahsoka,
order.
he's trying to hold himself.
Cody
all
just
right.
ordered them to fire at
Yeah, blast
Obi-Wan,
him.
no
Uh,
hesitation.
Cody was like a bit cold blooded at this scene. Like I didn't expect that. I wouldn't expect that if I've seen the Clone Wars beforehand, before Revenge of the Sith. But
yeah.
But before the Clone Wars, you didn't know the emotions that the clones could have or how they would react to different situations because you just knew that they exist and they fight and that's all. They just follow orders, and Order 66 was just another order that they didn't care about the
again,
Jedi's or
you don't have
That
to
was a
blame them for that. It's like they're clones. Again, it's
yeah,
what they
I
have
know.
to do.
you know
I'm just saying that before the show, you didn't know how many would react like Rex and other clones.
Wait, not many reacted like Rex.
only Rex we've seen reacting
Yeah,
like
many
that.
Rex and I think there's
I
one more that knew he had a chip or something.
Okay, two out like of so many. That's
Yeah, in
nothing.
Yeah,
season
but again,
6
Rex
one finds
saved.
out, but
Yeah,
Look,
saves the.
who did
Yeah,
find
I
out?
know.
ag-
I forgot his name.
again.
Uh
Yeah, let's not talk about him now.
Fives,
But because
fives.
like,
Fives. Yes,
yeah,
thank you.
fives. Yeah. But again, I have to say that it's not. Rex was an exception. That's what I mean. I think Rex was the actually the only one who had emotions and feelings, actual feelings for others. So that's why he didn't follow Order 66 immediately.
I disagree with that. But
Uh,
let me tell you, give me a minute. Um, this is one of those weird situations when you have to face making a prequel to something. Revenge of the Sith was released way before it was decided that the clones had chips and they were even connected to the Jedi.
again, though,
Before Lucas did the Clone Wars. So when you're making a TV show that constantly develops those characters, you always have the prequel movies that didn't have that development, and that's not something I blame on prequels. It's something you can't control. It's in the nature that they've decided to develop Star Wars. Not all the way continue the timeline, but interfering within parts.
That
It's
doesn't make
one of
sense.
those weird.
Wait,
But
listen to me. So, okay, I get it about Cody. Cody, like, if Clone Wars, like, happened before Revenge of the Sith, actually, like, was on TV before Revenge of the Sith,
Revenge of the
yeah,
Sith, yeah.
yeah, then I would actually like say that what you're saying makes sense. But again, that's only about Cody. So now look to the rest of like the clones.
Anakin.
When no, to the rest of the clones, not Anakin. To the rest of the clones, when they see Rex helping Ahsoka, they don't even care about Rex. It's fine, yeah, it's normal. Rex was closer to Ahsoka than others, but Rex, these were his brothers. You see what I'm saying? Rex is different than the other clones. That's what I think.
All right, I get if you're trying to say that Rex had like a deeper emotional control, but I still think the other clones, especially on the squad, cared us a lot, and I think that's really well portrayed by Rebels. Remember Rex and the others.
Okay,
Rex isn't alone. Rex has other clones as well that cared about the Jedi and just weren't
how do
lucky
you
enough
know
to
that?
remove their chips immediately.
How do you
Because we
know
see
that?
them.
Of course they
Remember the
care,
other
but
clone.
they are programmed to do that. All of them care. But when it was the time to execute Order 66, they did execute Order 66. It wasn't like Rex. Rex helped
He
Ahsoka.
was holding back for a minute.
Imagine if it was like he was sweating. He couldn't shoot her.
Yeah.
Imagine that it was Echo
But like
instead of
for 4
Ahsoka.
seconds, it was
No, it was
like
something though. The other ones didn't even care. Imagine that it was Echo instead of Ahsoka. Okay?
Echo would have fought back.
Instead of Rex.
If it was Echo and then it was Rex that was trying to shoot him, if Rex had an order to execute Echo, he wouldn't do it. I'm certain about that. Like there is no way.
I don't
And
think neither
that's
Echo would have shooted Rex if he was ordered to.
because Echo now is special. Echo might not
All
have
right,
that chip. We don't know that.
Jesse, Fives, another clone.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, they would shoot Rex. They almost did that. They almost tried to kill them. Not just kill them. They actually were so close doing that.
All right, I think we disagree on that. Let's move on because we've passed the bad batch a long way.
To get things back on track, I think every minute of Anakin in the arc was great because you have Anakin Prime right before Revenge of with his emotions getting the best of him. By the end of the arc, he's even the villain. I think one phrase he says summarizes his whole character of this. I don't have such weaknesses. That was,
Yeah, that was great.
Yeah, it portrayed Anakin perfectly. He isn't a regular Jedi. He doesn't go by the book. He's not
And we
afraid
even
to.
see Vader for a minute.
No.
Yeah,
No,
we see
no, no,
Vader
don't,
killing
Look,
Trent.
don't
look.
go.
We
Don't
still
go
see
that far.
Anakin. We still see Anakin, but we see. I think
His dark side.
that in this
His dark.
development of Anakin, just like the development we see between Episode 2 and Episode 3 in like Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith. I don't see Vader though. Let's be clear. Vader is not that. Vader is even more cruel than that. So I wouldn't say we see Vader.
I disagree. I think Vader killed Trent. When he kills
If,
Trent,
if
that's Vader.
no, if it was Vader, there he will have him. What's the word? Suffer before trying to convince. At first he was kind of cooperative. He tried to be don't use excessive force. Before cutting his arms, obviously. But then when he didn't cooperate, he got angry, obviously, and lost control. And
And that was Vader.
step.
When he gets angry, I think that was a moment of Vader.
No,
The Vader
No,
in
no.
that was a moment that he wasn't thoughtful enough, I would say. He acted like out of anger, as most of the times Anakin does. Um, it's not Vader. He's trying to defend himself, and it's like the time where he started pissing Anakin off by his actions, and when he tried to electrocute him, Anakin was like, "Okay, I'm gonna kill you," and he killed him. I
all
think
right.
it's not Vader. It's like
If it
Anakin.
was
Anakin does that
Vader, it
since the
would be
beginning.
much. Yeah, if it was Vader, it would be much cruel. You know, even in Attack of the Clones, when his mother dies, he's he acts out of anger, but that isn't Vader. Anakin. You know, Anakin
I
isn't
disagree.
a guy who is cool every time patient. Is it is basically an angry guy who doesn't control his emotions, and that's why at the end lose
And
everyone.
to be honest, if you compare the scene that you just mentioned with the one that you are mentioning, John,
Yeah.
I would say Vader. We can see Vader more in Attack of the Clones, way more than
Yeah,
here. Here,
of
it's
course.
nothing. It's a small scene. It's a 2 second thing.
I think that in Attack
It's
of the
just
Clones,
an anger
Vader gets
issue.
over him. No, I think that in Attack of the Clones, there is pure Vader for a few minutes on Tatooine when he kills the Sun People. It's
That's
pure Vader.
debatable, and I would say
Of course, yeah.
there are some parts that I can see that, but here it's not even a conversation for me.
All right,
Same.
we disagree. I think we should move on. I enjoyed,
Uh,
to be clear, I enjoyed Anakin here. He doesn't have, that big of a part, but it's nice to see him, and he has all those cool Anakin scenes that he has at the entire series. It's not something worth mentioning further. So, want to talk a little bit about Echo? I want to say a few things.
Go on.
So, I really like Echo, and I even liked him before Citadel, before he died. And his death was emotional, of course, as we mentioned earlier. And when Citadel happened, it was a long time ago. It's season 3, and it was a really interesting choice to bring him back. I didn't expected it, last year while watching the season, and I liked it. And when the pod that they have Echo opens up, and like almost almost dead Echo just goes out with the cables and the smoke coming out. It's freak. It's like scary. It's like a small horror film note there. It's not scary, not like a jump scare, but it's it gets you because I like Deco, and I feel bad for him at that scene, and I didn't expect it to show it like that. And I remember that at the premiere of the episode, we actually watched it together with Alexis and Sakis. It was great, first of all, and I didn't see it coming, and I really, really liked what they did. So bringing back Echo was an interesting choice, and I can't wait to see more of him at the series, at the Bad Batch series.
I'm actually curious. What did you expect? They would just have him in a cell or something. Be obviously in a sort of.
No, I didn't expect to bring back Echo, and I didn't have enough time to think where would he be, you know, from
For
the
me, it
moment
was
that it's
quite
confirmed that
clear.
Echo is alive.
For me, it was.
I was like, okay, if he's going to be alive, I thought he was gonna be somewhere, but it's okay to be in a pod. But the way they showed the way they directed it and the way they animated it, it had a horror note. And even the music that kind of writes amazing score, by the way, amazing score at the. We're going to talk about the movie a little bit later, but amazing score at that scene where Echo comes out. Really, it
To be
was
honest.
a strange note, unique for Star Wars. We're not often doing that, horror points.
And what was also great was the way the team worked together, Bad Bats, because everyone used their abilities. Uh, they everyone actually offered brought something to the table. You had Tech, his gadgets and knowledge. You had Wrecker with his physique and power. Uh, Hunter with his ability to take out droids.
I think that Hunter is kind of the leader. We hear that he has higher senses, that he smells from far away. He sees even further and stuff. We're not seeing that in particular. We see him, smelling like when they're camping at the planet, but we're not seeing him using it a lot. And I think we will see it very soon at the series. But he's the leader of the Bad Batch. Like, yes, I know that Rex decides to, take a little bit on his own and, give some orders, but Hunter has the control of the team. If Hunter tells them, we're not following this idiot, we're doing on our own what we want, they're gonna do it.
Is he the
If
leader though?
Wrecker goes on his own, I don't think the others are gonna follow him.
Look, we can't say that for sure. Yeah, he he's not.
Hunter tells them, do that technique, do that, and that's when they win.
That's not a leader. That's a dictator. But um, I must say I'm not sure about that. I think he's a smart guy. He yeah, he can lead them better than others. But is he the leader? We can't say that.
Yes,
They
yes,
may
he
all
is the
have the
leader.
same ability to lead each other. We haven't seen the Barbats yet. We've seen the Batbats arc in which Rex is the leader. Yeah, they respect him the most. They respect Hunter the most. But is he the leader? That's my question. And I'm not sure yet. I think we will have to see that on the upcoming series that are like of Barbats. But I don't know. What do you think?
About Hunter not being the leader of Bad Batch, I think you're completely wrong. I don't know what you're on about. I don't think you have seen the arc. I don't know. I mean, we can clearly see that they respect him, and Tech even says that he's the leader of the group, and I don't think we need anything else to
I don't
really.
remember. I don't remember Tech saying that. But if he said that, yeah, I can understand that he's the leader. But since I think he didn't say that, I still believe that they respect him the most. I don't think he's acting as a true leader. I think they all have. How can I say that? I think that they are they are all leaders in a way. So yeah, I don't think Hunter is the actual leader.
Okay, so you think that
Actually,
they don't have a leader and they,
No, I do
they
think they
yeah,
have a leader. Look, I think they all lead together. I don't think it's only Hunter.
yeah,
It's not
that's
like
what I
Rex.
mean. That
When
that I
Rex
get.
when
Okay.
Rex is leading, it's Rex. Like besides when he
Um.
was with Echo, it was just Rex. Here, I
Well.
think that they
Well.
all like lead together in a way, except Wrecker. I think he doesn't make any decisions.
I mean,
if Wrecker,
yeah,
if Wrecker was in charge, it would have been rebels.
but
It
you
would have
can't
been
say
rebels
that.
all over again.
Yeah, well, you can't say that Rex is the leader, but he was the leader of for one operation. He isn't the leader of Bad Batch. That's why
I get
I
what he's saying
yeah.
because he said that they respect him. Like, I can see Hunter not being, your typical best leader like Leonardo or Capo, I don't know. But they respect him, and I think that in the first episode, Rex isn't in charge yet. But when the droids attack, Hunter tells them. Hunter tells them the plan. Hunter tells them, "You are gonna do that. You're gonna do that, and that's how we win." He doesn't do it like the regular leader, and I would like him to start following that in the series. But I still think he's the leader, even if even though I don't remember Teko saying that he's the leader. I can see him saying, but I don't remember it.
Actually, in a moment he calls him Sarge. He's sort for he's a higher rank, a normal trooper. So technically he is their leader.
So, like, really small detail, but it's in the more technical side. In the second episode, when they attack the tower, there is a really smooth sequence when the camera doesn't cut and goes all the way through the battle, follows them till the end. The music stops, and you have seen an entire battle without cuts, like you are part of the team, and that's really good for the audience to be there within the action and understand it in a better way. And it was a little bit unique to the ones we usually see at the Clone Wars. So I really liked that one.
Okay, so something that I think it would be interesting to say is that what do you guys think is going to happen on the next Bad Batch, like on the Bad Batch series? I think this is a very like I think this scenario will probably happen, and that scenario is Cody will die. I don't know if many of you think that, but I think there is a huge, huge, huge possibility he will die, and I think it makes sense. Cody is like a person that was close to Rex, and we need to have that emotional like break throughout the Bad Batch, and I think we will. We will see Rex for sure, and I believe it would be very nice to see Cody dying. I don't know how he's gonna die, if he's gonna join them, if they are gonna help him or whatever. But I hope we will see him dying. I maybe like I don't know. I think that's a huge possibility, and I would like to see that.
And I don't think Cody will be joining, Rex and about that because I think he would be with the Empire because it wouldn't make sense to have a change of heart after the events of Order 66. That wouldn't be right for me personally. For most people too. He tried to kill his commander, but now he believes that the Empire and their orders are wrong. It just doesn't.
So I hadn't had the time to think about it too much, and I don't think I'm going to analyze it that much because it's not like I'm the hugest Star Wars fan that I really want to analyze it this much. I just want to enjoy the show. But what I was thinking is that because we saw Rex, I think that we will see Ahsoka. First of all, it's Filoni, and Filoni loves to have Ahsoka at everything he does. He has two episodes in The Mandalorian, and one of them is the Ahsoka episode. And we know he's probably gonna bring her back. And I would love to see Ahsoka again. But I think that the Cody theory that Alex said is very, very possible. And I hadn't think of it, and I really like that. And I would love to see it because we haven't seen where Cody is after Revenge of the Sith. And I think the last we see of him is in Utapa, right?
Yeah, that's the last scene
Yeah.
of Cody in Revenge of the Sith.
Yeah.
Um, I didn't think about it much. It was an idea that I just thought about like when I rewatched the episodes. But I think it
Yeah,
would
yeah.
be very. I think there is a high possibility, and that also would be very, very nice. It would
Yeah.
be
I would
nice
I
to
would like to
see.
watch it as well.
to see how like Cody dies. Since about Rex, I don't know. I don't know what to expect about Rex, to be honest with you, but let's not talk about that now.
I don't think we will see a lot of Rex or a lot of Ahsoka. I just think she will be there for at least one episode. That's just
Uh,
what I think.
do you think like it would be something like Mandalorian?
Yeah,
It
not
could
a
be. Like,
cameo like Stanley passing
yeah,
by, or, but I just think that she would have like an episode helping them or something.
yeah, that
Because
makes sense.
we see
That
Rex
makes
at the
sense.
trailer, and it's Filoni, and Filoni loves her. I really like her too. So she's my favorite Star
I
Wars
think
character,
everyone
and
likes
yeah,
Ahsoka.
I want to see more of her, and I think we will see more of her.
Yeah,
At this show, because we know we will see more of her because she's getting her own. So yay,
I don't know. I hope the animation. No, the animation should be good. It's not like Rebels. It's something that I didn't like about Rebels. But yeah,
Rebels.
since I
You don't like
mentioned
the
as
art. You don't
no,
like
no,
the
no,
designs on Rebels. Rebels
Rebels
looks
art
yeah.
style is
yeah,
disgusting.
let's not talk about Rebels
You don't
art
like the
style.
art
No,
I
no,
don't
no,
like
no.
the art
I
style
Ahsoka's
cannot.
of
I
art
can.
style.
I cannot again.
like Rebels, especially fourth season. It has way better animation than
Okay,
Clone Wars.
okay, I'm
Because
The
talking
no,
about the art
animation is
I
the
style.
get what you're
same.
saying.
Excuse me.
I,
The art style is disgusting.
yeah, you're
Yeah, I'm
talking
talking
about the
about
art
the
style,
art
but in
style.
terms of animation,
It's
it's
not
much better.
it's not disgusting. I just don't like
No,
Ahsoka
no.
and
Bo-Katan,
Yoda and
Anakin,
Anakin. No,
Yoda, they are disgusting.
Bo-Katan is not
The
that bad.
fucking
You're
lightsabers. Okay.
overreacting.
Don't
Yeah,
go there. Don't go there.
I
But
mean,
it's
they
not
could have
yeah,
animation. That's just
tried
what I'm saying.
something better, you know.
You're overreacting. I think besides Yoda,
yeah.
Anakin.
Bo-Katan for me in Rebels is lifeless. He's like I don't know, a wax statue.
No,
So
We're
dude,
going
Fortune
to
is
you're
like a
Star.
potato.
overreacting.
What do you
That's
mean?
not. You're
We're
No,
going to Star.
biased.
whenever I see her, I don't know. I cannot. It's
Just
so
skip this, guys. It's all right. Don't rage.
You're a bit biased here. I don't think you're being completely
just
honest.
just look at her.
Sweet Jesus,
No,
stop!
Okay,
And I need the lightsabers. Come
I
on.
just
No, no, no.
mention it because you
they're like toothpicks,
confuse
but okay,
animation with
okay.
art style, designs and
okay,
stuff.
we can all agree it's not that good. Like it's not as good as Clone Wars, but it's still very nice. And besides two or three like characters, I really
The
enjoy it. It's
design.
not something bad. Yeah, you get used to it. Okay, just
I
like
don't have a problem with it. I really like it.
you get used to it. At the beginning, yeah, of course, everyone is like a bit, what is that now? Like, where is the art style of Clone Wars? That was amazing. And now you see that. Yeah, at the beginning, you're a bit like, okay. But after a while, you get used to it. And I think you start to like it as well. So,
Why
yeah.
are we analyzing Rebels?
No, because, like, I think it's something that everyone is, like, saying.
Overreacting about.
Yeah, and I don't agree with that. I think that many people are. I think even you have you watched Clone Rebels? Have you watched
And by
Rebels?
you mean?
No, no, he
I
means me.
mean,
I haven't
Sakis,
seen it.
yeah.
I've only
So
seen the
again,
couple of scenes. I
I'm
mean, the scene where Obi-Wan kills Maul is lovely, but the Obi-Wan
look
is nice,
again. If
nicely
you
done.
see
But
the episodes, you will get used to it. That's what I'm trying to say. It's not that bad.
maybe, but
It's not.
whenever I see Bo-Katan or
Yeah, you
Anakin,
may.
it's awful.
That's. Yeah, okay, I get that. You may not like Bogadan. It doesn't bother me, but I get what you're saying. Okay, but still, I think you will have to be more accepting there because if you give it a try, I think you will get used to it, and at the end, you will start liking it as well.
Maybe.
I just mention it to not confuse, animation with art style because Rebels has far better animation than the Clone Wars. Just that. So, wanna go to the technical area and all that stuff?
Yeah, do your thing.
All right. So, this is one of the most interesting cases we're going to talk about in, the podcast because it's something that got released 8 years after it was made. I don't know if you guys know that. I guess you know that it was animated 8 years ago, but it was also voice recorded. The voice recordings didn't happen now. They were recorded all the way back in 2011. So yeah, that's pretty interesting for me. And you know, the aspect ratio, it's nothing too interesting. 2.35 to 1, like almost the entire Clone Wars series. And the animation, although it's a big jump from season 6, it's still not the best thing in the world. It has its moments, and you know, Lucasfilm isn't a company that does animation. The company doesn't have not the resources, but they don't have the experts to do that. So I don't blame them on that. It follows the art style that the entire Clone Wars series has. It's good at what it does. It's far better than previous seasons. I enjoy it. It's not like my eyes are hurting, but it's not something that remarkable. Yeah, it's a big upgrade from season 6, the entire seventh season. Music wise, Kevin Kiner has an amazing score for the entire Clone Wars series. Rebels, everything that he does is amazing, and here is no exception. I really like the Bad Batch theme that he writes. I hope they keep it in the TV show, the one, the one releasing today, and I want to hear more of it. And I really like all the other scores that he writes for those 4 episodes, with the one I mentioned earlier, the one that plays when Echo comes out of the chamber, being my favorite one. Design wise, of course, the rest of them are practically the same. Only Anakin, has the different long hair, which is, more accurate because we're almost to Revenge of the Sith. The new designs are basically the Bad Batch, which all 4 have very interesting designs, new designs that we will see more of at the series. I like all of them. I think it shows really well what each member of the group, is about. Like Wrecker is, kind of bigger, and Tech has all the tech stuff on his helmet and his hands, and all of them are unique in their own way, not just character wise and what they do, but design wise as well. So that was really nice. The actors do a good job, the job that they do in their Clone Wars series. I don't think there is any, you know, actor worth mentioning for something very, very special here. I like what they do. Unfortunately, the sound is a Dolby Digital track. This is happening because there hasn't been an official disc release. That's the problem with streaming services and Disney Plus. And if you don't have anything else to add to, the technical stuff, I think we can move forward to our ratings, right?
Yeah, sure.
Yes.
Let me begin since I was already talking. Although I liked, the different, a little bit of racism, a little bit of trust, all those messages. I think they were unique. I like what they did here. I have a kind of a big problem with the arc. The fact that if you watch it a lot of times, because this was like the fourth time I watched it, it gets kind of boring at some point. Like I would have made it like an episode shorter. Like 3 episodes would have been perfect for it. I think that there are some things, around the battles that are not that important. That village fight, it just takes way too long for what it is. And at some point, you don't really care about that. You mostly want to see, the Bad Batch doing their own stuff, and Echo and Anakin, and the village is kind of thrown in for no reason. I like that we have a little bit of Mayhew, a little bit of Obi-Wan, a little bit of Anakin. Even the scene with Anakin and Padme is one of my favorites. I think that it really gets me, and so I'm gonna give it a 6.5 out of 10. So there is a technical issue with Alex's voice, but his overall score is 7 out of 10. let's move on.
And I will give it a 7.
I mean, it was good, but it wasn't something really special, so I'll give it a 7.
Although I'm a huge Star Wars fan and a clone fan, a clone Wars fan, everything like related to Star Wars is close to perfect. I would say that this arc is not the best we've seen. It's very interesting, and it's nice that we see Echo, we see like Cody and Rex, as I mentioned previously. But again, I think um, it's not something spectacular. So I would give this arc a 7.5 out of 10. So if we add them all up together, we get a score of 35 out of 50, which is, I think, a very good score.
Yeah,
So,
all right. So, thank you very much for listening to another Movie City podcast episode. Be sure to follow us on all of our social media, link in the description down below. If you're listening this on Spotify, consider following. If you're listening this on YouTube, subscribe and hit that notification bell to be the first to be notified when new videos go public. You can join our Discord server. We have tons of fun there. We have special events that we're planning, and you will be able to learn what the movie of the week will be way before the actual episodes and talk about the movie with other people and share your opinions on it. And if you're lucky and we like what you're saying and think that you can fit in, you maybe join us as a guest at some point. Also, our personal social medias are down in the description down below. Thank you very much for listening once more. Happy May the 4th. We will see you all next time.